I believe that the number one reason people have not manifested their desires after watching The Secret 20 times is because they haven't laid hold of a single fundamental principle. And the single fundamental principle is that your brain is the most powerful broadcasting and receiving station that exists. Therefore, to attract success, your brain must be emitting frequencies of life, wisdom, creativity, intelligence, peace, calm, harmony, as opposed to emitting frequencies of death, of hate, of anger, envy, jealousy, um, just negative thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Alpha Success Television Network. My name is Mario Pedro Gould, and I was talking to one of my business partners recently, and I'm about to meet with her here in about 19 days. And I told her, when I meet you, I want to meet you in your best self. And there's some recommendations that I want to make. And she said, "Go ahead, Mario. I got a pen and paper. Make your recommendations." And the first thing I mentioned to her, I said, "Here, grab a pen. So you're going to take down 4 things. Number 1, food. Okay? Food. Do you know what cause you set in motion when you begin your morning with a cup of coffee as opposed to a glass of lemon water?" So for the next 19 days, I just recommend you to, uh, eat some fruits and vegetables. Begin your morning with water as opposed to coffee. And she's not amused about this, but she says she's going to take me on my recommendations. So 19 days, eat healthy. Number 2, um, I know she likes to do yoga, she likes to exercise, she likes to run. So I say, can you make a commitment to do yoga twice a week and run 2 times this week? And she said, no problem, I'm going to run 4 times this week for the next 3 weeks. Okay, we got it down pat. And then number 3, I said, okay, what books are you reading right now? And she gave me a list of the books that she had. She had that I had recommended to her. She had The Secret of the Ages by Robert Collier. She had The Rhythm of Life by Matthew Kelly. Um, Science of Mind by Annis Holmes. Emily Curdy, Lessons in Truth. And I told her, okay, for the next 19 days, just read these 2 books. Read The Rhythm of Life by Matthew Kelly in the evening, and in the morning, read 7 pages, just 7 pages of um, The Secret of the Ages, Robert Collier. Okay, I said, don't question me on this, just go ahead and do it. So she wrote it down, and then number 4, I told her that for the next 3 weeks, go out into the world, and every single week do 2 things that scare you the most. 2 things every single week. So it could be a conversation that you're supposed to have with someone and you're scared of having the conversation with them. It could be a possibility where you meet someone in a business setting and you're scared, fear crops up. Just overcome two obstacles every week that you're extremely scared of. And she said, okay, Mario, I can do that, but I want to know why you're telling me to do all of these things. Now, remember in the beginning of the presentation, I say that your brain is the most powerful broadcasting and receiving station. To attract success, you have to broadcast a very high frequency of positive thoughts. That's why successful people hang with successful people, because they think on the same wavelength. Successful people do not hang with less than successful people. So the only way to be successful is to think at a very, very high frequency, and which brought us to the list that I told her to put down. You see, these things, if she starts to look at the food that she's eating, for example, instead of having coffee in the morning, she has a glass of water with lemon The glass of water with lemon is life-giving. Okay? Universal intelligence, its innate quality is life. And we are made in the image and likeness of the one mind. And therefore, the only way we cannot have life is if we deprive it of ourselves. Anything that is spiritual operates at a high frequency. Therefore, eating, foods that signify life instead of draining life, raise, your level of, spiritual frequency, which increases the frequency that your brain is broadcasting out into the world. Exercise. Exercise makes you feel good. Um, Joy, you know, excitement. And that excitement leads to you emitting a certain frequency out of your brain and sending it out into the world. Okay, we're just talking about a meeting right now. Look at the books that I recommended her to read. Well, universal intelligence, the one mind, its main characteristic is wisdom, intellect, intelligence. That's why they call it intelligence. And we can partake of that intelligence and creativity. And a good way to do it is by using the talents that we have been given, or get some more talents and double your skills. And you double your skills by putting more information in your head. You put more information in your head, you broadcast, greater thoughts. Just like the story of the talents. A rich man gave one person 5 talents, one 2, and one 1, and came back later on and found the person with 5 talents had doubled it. The person with 2 talents had doubled it. The person with 1 talent did nothing with it, and that was taken away from him. So if you don't use your talents, you can't broadcast positive thoughts out into the world. If you can't broadcast positive thoughts into the world, there's a problem. And finally, emotional. When you overcome obstacles, every single week you do an obstacle, something that scares you, then you develop this thing known as a fortitude, strength, courage, which ends up showing itself as leadership. Okay? So you look at these 4 things that I told her to do, they automatically create a situation whereby she thinks happy thoughts, joyful thoughts, life-giving thoughts, harmony, peace, beauty. And when you think these thoughts, then her brain broadcasts these beautiful thoughts out into the world, and they reach the far neithers of the globe and capture people that are thinking on the same frequency, circumstances that are on the same frequency, opportunities that are on the same frequency, and they are drawn to her in this case, or to you. So when you start thinking these thoughts, you broadcast it out to the world and it comes back to you, and then you too can manifest success. So a lot of people watch The Secret and they say, hey, I just have to think happy thoughts until somebody cuts them off on the highway, then they get mad. Well, the reason they get mad is they haven't done the background work to prepare them for the scenario when they get cut off. Doing these simple things like eating right, exercising, reading the right books, working on your emotional intelligence sets the foundation for you to always have, not always, but to have positive thoughts which broadcast into the world, attracting people, circumstances, opportunities, which you can take your talents and utilize your talents to meet these opportunities, to meet these people, and bring more value to the marketplace, and then you to become a success. So, ladies and gentlemen, the 2 things that you need to keep in mind is, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. We become what we think about. The second thing is, your mind is the most powerful broadcasting station and receiving station.